Hello YouTube, this is Matthew Fissler with Fissler Fabrication again. In my last video when I reviewed the Eastwood press brake, I had mentioned I had just received the Swag Offroad press brake, and also big shout out to Dave from NTD Racing for providing a review and his use of the Swag Offroad product. So I was excited today to get it here in my home shop and dive into it to see what's involved and maybe throw it together today and test it out. So let's see what's in here in the box. We have some Swag Offroad stickers. Appears to be a promo card and a business card from Swag Offroad. We have some packing here. Wow, look at this blade. This is fairly well machined here. Heavy duty, and I'll put it over next to the Eastwood brake, and from here it looks about twice the size, so I'm really excited for some large panels and doors to test that out. Off-road doors, not panels for door panels for cars. What else is in there? Wow, big old piece of 1/4 inch, or no, angle. I have to measure that and see how thick that is. That's pretty healthy. It looks like a little bracket for probably the side to hold a spring in. Probably spring retentioner on the side. And wow, look at this thing. This is a beast. This is probably the base where I probably think, and I'm going to assume pretty heavily that this, sorry for the noise, that this fits in here. So this is the pocket. I don't know if you can see it. That's probably the pocket that the die goes into to form those angles. I'm not quite sure yet. Need the directions. Alright, so we have the weld-on spring retainers. This is probably the weld-on adapter for the pump. Looks like we have some springs. Looks like we have the side pins. Probably have to shave those a little bit, put them on the lathe or something. Another side pin and a collar. This might be a retainer tab that you weld in somehow. Maybe that's the guide. I don't know. We'll take a look at the directions and see instead of guessing here. We have the directions, and box is empty. Looks like we have another one of these guides, these retainers, and the screws for the other side. So let's take a look here and see if I can mock this thing up. Fiddling, I actually dry fit this together. And why I dry fit things together is to kind of get a good idea of how things are going to go together before I create some jigs to weld this properly, and also test for fitment issues here. It doesn't look too terribly bad. I need to, that V channel, I need to square that up and weld it. It appears I need to bring these, and I'll probably create a jig so I can get these dead straight attached to the actual die here on both of these. And I test fit back here. You can't see it yet, but let me pull the camera around here so you can see what I'm referencing here is the the backstop for it, so you can set this for your material. So I test fit all of that in. Now it's just a matter of taking it apart and welding it. So let me get to that. You're probably curious why I went over to the bandsaw and cut 2 of these angle iron pieces out. What I'm hoping to do is to make a jig on this die so I can center and level out the piece that I'm going to weld, so I know it is perfectly perpendicular to the die here. So what that will do is let me center and locate that when I'm welding. Just do a light one there so I can adjust and fiddle with this thing to get it where I want it. And that's pretty much where I want it. And then what I'll do is I'll come here and I'll tack the top, hold this into place, and rinse and repeat for the other side. But this is quickly a look of what I've done here, if you can see it via the camera angle. And now let me go get the welder ready, get the proper safety equipment on for the welder, and I will be back. All right, now with everything dirty out of the way, about an hour of welding, we can go ahead and throw this in the press and give it its first test run. Okay, with the, kind of give it a one-for-one test here, with the Eastwood bender, I was able to bend 10 gauge, I think 1/8 and 3/16. So let's see how this one fares here. Let's go for the big guy first, 3/16. Why not? Well, I mean, this is a pretty big, I'll have to measure the diameter of this bend, but what's cool is with this deep pocket, you can get dies to shorten your bends and tighten your bends up. But let's just go for the gusto, first go, and see what happens. Hours later, still hot from welding. Just like the Eastwood bender, this swag bender, there's really no effort required on the press to draw this thing down here. I mean, it's pretty effortless. It'll be interesting to see when I get down to the bottom of the bend. I apologize for not moving the camera, to see how this actually turns out here. And it's requiring, I mean, not too terrible. And the trick here, I guess, is I'm pretty sure I overshot a 90. Yeah, I overshot the 90 here. This one, since the pocket depth is so big, you got to get used to it, but I easily overshot the 90 by looking at the camera here. Let's see if I actually pay attention to this 1/8 inch, if I get a 90. And I shouldn't have brought this jack all the way up, because now we're gonna have to wait 5 hours for this to come back down. And I gotta figure out how much this actually draws, and what I mean by draw is pull the material this way when you're bending, because this pocket's so big. So it's a new tool. Why don't I put a line here, and then I'll put a line in the back so I can start to figure that out. I mean, these are rough guesses. You're not going to get an Oscar or an Emmy with these type of marks, or put that in my research paper or anything. It's just kind of for guessing purposes. And I think with the swag, I might go ahead and buy the dies, because I can see for my application, when I make the doors or test and make the prototypes for the Rockshore doors, I'm going to need a tighter radius. But that's why you buy these tools, to figure it out and figure out what your actual tooling is here. And that's drawing that down to a 90. And it's kind of pulling it in on itself. So I'll have to figure out a jig or something to put in, because just out of the box it's drawing over a 90. And then you can kind of see the radius of the bend there. So I'll probably have to make a jig or take a look at Sorry, take a look at swags, dies to figure out. But I mean, still, I mean, for a bracket, it's pretty decent. Just depends on your tolerances there. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. And also a shout out to Dirthead Dave. He's the host of Dirt Daily on the Motor Trend channel. And he had one of his Dirt Daily videos talking about welding and glasses for younger guys like us. And he put his glasses on when he started welding, and I saw the video and I was like, great, yeah, you can see doing that. But you notice I have glasses on that look like the glasses I started off in this video. But however, these glasses are an older prescription because I don't know if you can see in the lens. I mean, these things, even after wearing a welding helmet, you still get spatter in your glasses. You notice I pulled my watch off because it'll easily tear stuff up like that. So I guess that's another tool tip, is if you're welding and you're optically challenged like some of us are, just see if you can, the next time you get a pair of glasses, to save your old ones and just use them for welding, and just remember to switch them in and out when you weld, and it will save you a pair of glasses. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please click the like, subscribe, or share buttons. It really helps me out. Talk to you later.